think I'm gonna go to bed.
Move your pawn, finish the game.
Good night, Lestat.
Finish the game!
Good night, Louis.
She was right.
Spoiled, selfish, thankless,
It was inevitable.
heedless.
Rightfully so. He did the right thing in leaving because he knew he was wrong, right? What were your thoughts about that?
Yeah, him leaving, it makes sense for him to have left. Once again, it makes me wonder, why is Louis not leaving? Initially when Claudia left, I could see, okay, maybe he doesn't want to leave because he does.
Hello. Welcome to a new episode of The New Watchers on the Wall. This series is called My Wife Made Me Watch It. We are reviewing episode 6.
No, I thought it was 5.
No, episode 6.
Okay.
Episode 6, season 1 of Interview with the Vampire. And at the beginning of this episode, you kind of get the idea or see Louis having like a bodily memory. He's dreaming about falling from the sky. Have you ever had a dream like that where you were falling out of the sky and you just jolted up and you woke up?
Yeah.
Several times.
It happens all the time. Yeah, he's waking up from that.
That had to have been horrifying for him, you know?
Reliving that experience and reliving that memory.
And Claudia's there. She's there kind of rehabilitating him, and he's having to basically remember how to hunt again. He can't see out of one eye. He's broken up pretty bad. So what did you think about that? Claudia having to be his nurse almost.
Yeah, he's going through a rehabilitation phase. And we're seeing the repercussions of that fight that they had, that he had with Lestat. And what's interesting to me, and I know we're probably going to talk about this even more, is that I guess Lestat has decided to leave after this incident. And like you were mentioning, Claudia is now there taking care of Louis, and he's trying to recover from all of that damage that he got. But Lestat is gone, but Louis is not far from his mind.
No, not at all. And Louis makes it seem like it's just the maker connection, but really it's more than the maker connection. He's in love, and a lot of times when you are in love with your abuser, even if they're abusing you, that love is hard to kind of shake off or get rid of. But while I was watching this again, it made me think, is this really love or is this codependency? I don't, it's kind of giving ick, the whole relationship and him leaving, he left out of shame, basically. He was ashamed of what he did, and rightfully so. He did the right thing in leaving because he knew he was wrong, right? What were your thoughts about that?
Yeah, him leaving, it makes sense for him to have left. Once again, it makes me wonder, why is Louis not leaving? Initially when Claudia left, I could see, okay, maybe he doesn't want to leave because he does want to be alone. He feels like he's going to be out in this world all by himself. But now that Claudia is back, he now has somebody that if he decided to leave, they could try to conquer society or this world together wherever they decide to go. But even still, we see Lestat, he won't leave him alone. He keeps coming back. I got a car for you. I got a fancy book for you. I got this for you. And he will not leave him alone. And I really am starting to like Claudia's character a lot because she's not with that bullshit.
Yeah, she's not letting it go. She's the child who reminds the mom or parent that's being abused, you don't need this person, and I'm not gonna make you feel good about coming back to him at all. I'm just gonna be here. I'm gonna endure this motherfucker because you want to be here, and I don't have to be nice. I don't have to. I remember what he did to you and to me. One of us got to remember.
Yeah.
So again, we leave the damage so we remember the damage. You know what I'm saying?
And let me ask you this. So eventually Lestat is able to get Louis to come back. He offers him the book, he offers him the car, but then he breaks when he records that song, and then he swims all the way across the Mississippi River.
And it was I think Lestat knew what he was doing by putting Antoinette voice on the record. He knew that would get get a reaction out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's common, like to draw you in, and it's like, it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. Yeah, but what do the whole issue with Louis is that he knows he's forever attached to Lestat. He does not like it. He does not like that he loves Lestat so much that he's afraid to leave. I don't think it's really like he's afraid to leave him for some reason.
But why? Maybe this show's going to reveal it to me, but I still just don't understand why that is such a hard thing for him to do. Especially now when he had left and then he and Claudia could have just went on about their business. And then to me, Lestat continues to do things even when they get back together where, for example, when they finally let him back in, they have all of these clauses as to why you can come back. These rules. You got to get rid of the lover. What was her name?
Antoinette.
Got to get rid of Antoinette. You have to get rid of
no lies. You got to tell us, it, and it's like these things are not hard things to do. Like, why was it so hard to get rid of Antoinette? But now again, watching it a second time, Antoinette is just that person that Lestat can go to and complain about Louis and complain about Claudia. I mean, she's acting as an actual mistress, like what you pay a sex worker to do, right? Mm-hmm. He even says, "I don't come here to, talk. I come here to I don't want to think about all that, and
I don't want to think about my life.
I don't want to think about my life problems. You talking about being a movie star? This is stupid. Can we please just you just listen to my bullshit and then just shut up and then we can, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what he tells her, and he uses her, and Antoinette is just so enamored with Lestat, she's willing to take it. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Louis.
Yeah, but
what is it about Lestat?
I don't know. Because even her, she, he eventually turns her and all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But even though they take him back, right, Lestat doesn't really change at all. He's literally the same person masquerading like he's going to be this changed man. And we see Louis and Claudia discover that he's still having a relationship with Antoinette, even though he was supposed to have killed her, and Louis still hangs around.
I mean, and Louis knew that Lestat wasn't going to change. He said it himself, because why does he do stuff? He's fucked up. This is who he is, and I would take him as he knows that. He knows that about me. And at this point, he's accepted it, but, he's dealing with Claudia, another person that he loves, who's not willing to accept it. So he's being pushed and pulled in all kinds of directions. And he comes to the realization that he knows he's not going to leave, but Claudia needs to go. Mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm.
And then I think the development of Claudia has been one of the most I don't want to say interesting, but one of the most pleasant surprises, because we see her, she's playing chess with Lestat and things like that, but we can see she's doing more than playing a game of chess. She is studying the enemy, the art of war, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what is happening inside of the home. And I think, Lestat maybe can kind of feel that vibe, but when Claudia is having that telepathic communication with Louis and she's like, "I'm going to kill Lestat." Mm-hmm. When you saw that for the first time, because this is a rewatch, this is my first time, this is not your first time. What were your thoughts when you saw Claudia taking it there?
I mean, but I knew it was going to end badly. Because I've seen, I've read the book and I've seen it before, but yeah, it's I can see where her head is. If you are a person who lives forever, and he basically told her, if you don't come back here and deal with us, me and Louis, I am going to kill you. I'm going to make your life miserable, basically. Oh, yeah,
when she tried to get away and he found her.
Remember she was in the train? He was like, Louis needs you. He knew that for some way, somehow, we both know how, but that Louis was contemplating committing suicide. And the only reason why he didn't do it It's because he didn't want to put a stain on Claudia's leaving, going away, like Paul's did to his sister, on her wedding night. He didn't want to do that to her.
Yeah.
And so good thing he did, because then World War II popped off and she probably would have been in an extermination camp somewhere, but
Nah. She'd
but
have
outside
been
of that,
just fine.
he told her, like, I will do something a lot worse to you than Bruce did. And we can imagine what Bruce did, and she had to come back. And Louis knew there, and this is what I hate about Louis. He knew right then and there when he came home and saw her that, and they probably had a conversation telepathically or whatever, that he threatened her to stay with them in that relationship. And my thing is, like, why not fight for her then? Why not say, no, we're leaving. That was a fucked up thing you did. We're out of here. Deuces. Even then, he wasn't even willing to do it. He wasn't willing to leave.
Yeah. Which
I forgot what you asked me. I went off on a tangent.
My question was, what were your initial thoughts when Claudia was telling him telepathically that I'm going to kill him?
Oh, it wasn't going to work. I mean, but she didn't know that it was going to come back to bite her in the ass later. And I'm not going to say more than that.
Okay.
I can't just keep watching.
Okay.
They like when I say that. Just keep watching.
Just keep watching.
Yeah, I can't say more than that. But it's not a good idea. And I say that based on reading the books and knowing what's going to happen. And I will leave it at that. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'm gonna say this one more time, and then I think we can go ahead and maybe try to, rate this episode and all of that kind of good stuff. And Margot was over here. If you guys are new to our channel,
she's
Margot,
one of our crows. Yep.
Yeah, she's one of our crows. She helps us review various shows, like from what's the other show we did? Earth Abides. She joined us for Earth Abides.
Dragons. I said dragon. Them dragons.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Yes. So
amongst everything
else.
else.
So we were telling her about the show, and she actually came over just to hang out. And we had her watch episode 5, so hopefully she's going to be joining us because she said she's going to try to catch up so that she can.
And I got her hooked.
Yeah, she said she's thoroughly enjoying it. But I just want to say this, guys. I know it's almost like beating a dead horse. To me, yet again, this is another example why Lestat chose Louis as a being a black vampire. Because I just can't imagine if he was any other race or whatever that he would hang around. And even your question when you said when he snatched up Claudia off of that train, brought her back, threatened to kill her, why wouldn't he still not leave? And it's because I think it goes beyond this. I'm in love with this guy. I really feel like he's like, how can I survive? Where would I go? All of the challenges that are associated with trying to navigate society.
What is going to be the straw that's going to break the camel's back for Louis?
Yeah, and that's like I said, Lestat can read minds. He could have read the minds of half of New Orleans and found him another gay lover. But he chose Louis. And like I said, every time I see Louis refuse to be able to leave, and I know that when people are in abusive relationships, they get Stockholm syndrome and all of this other kind of stuff, it's hard to leave. But I really feel like Lestat has done so many different things that you would think he would get the balls, especially when Lestat actually left after the fight, where Lestat was gone for years.
Like 7 years?
Bro, it's you should have made that decision that it's time to go. And not only you stand in the same city, but you sit over here standing in the same house that is technically Lestat's house. Because at this point, does Louis have income? Can he go somewhere? I don't know.
That's a good question. Does he have income?
Because
probably not.
That's what I'm saying.
I never thought of it that way.
Because his businesses were shut down, all of this kind of stuff. And like I said, he's vulnerable. So where does he go? He can't go nowhere. He's staying up in the house. Then the other thing is, who the fuck is paying his rent for 7 years?
I don't think
Like-
that's.
like
I think
Lestat
we're
is
getting too
gone.
deep in the weeds.
No, I gotta like Lestat.
It's
is
paid
gone.
for. It's paid for.
So he bought the whole fucking property. Just
I don't think
with
there were.
cash.
I don't think there were mortgages like that. I don't know, Patrick. I don't know. You're asking logistical questions that are outside
I'm a
of.
practical.
I need you
motherfucker.
to. I need you to suspend disbelief for a minute and
No.
cover whatever. Okay,
All right,
so
that's
how many
great.
fangs do you give this episode?
Out of 5 again. Out of 5 fangs, they're moving the story along. I'm also enjoying the back and forth between Louis and the real world time period. And what's the guy's name?
Daniel
Malloy.
Malloy.
I'm also really enjoying their.
What did you think about that?
Quickly, like I'm just enjoying it. Like they have a good tit for tat back and forth. You know that doctor that was visiting him, giving him the IVs was freaking hilarious. I'm not here. Don't talk to me. I'm not here. And it's like, but then again, it goes to show you. And going back to the economic thing, I'm still curious to know what the hell Louis is doing now in the current time period to be so damn successful. Because obviously in the past, I think one of the weights that was holding him back was maybe lack of income, maybe like not having, a way to make money was making him stay around. But when you talk about fangs for this episode, and then Claudia, I'm loving her. Like I'm giving it 4.8 fangs. 4.8 fangs.
Mm-hmm.
How many fangs
it's a
are you
5
giving
for
it?
me. It's a 5.
God damn it,
It's
Taylor.
only 5.
Everything is a 5.
It's only 5s from here. If I could give it 10 out of 5 as we keep going into the second, I'm telling you, season 2 is a masterpiece. It is a cinematic, sonically, theatric masterpiece. And it's just going to be 5s from here.
Okay.
Thank you for watching this episode of My Wife Made Me Watch It. I'm Candace, this is Patrick. Please, if you like the video, share, subscribe, leave a comment. We love answering comments and going back and forth with you guys. Please. And
follow us on Instagram.
Follow
and
us on
TikTok
Instagram, and we are on TikTok at the New Watchers on the Wall.
And if you could, also just throwing it out there, our membership is now up and available. If you want to support us and become a member, get early access to some videos. We've been doing that.
Maybe some extended cuts and bloopers. Who knows?
Yes, we got some other things coming.
A lot of things coming.
Yep. So as always, our watch is ended, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace.
Bye.